Hi, everybody. Um, Welcome back or welcome. Thank you for coming. Thank you for sitting down, chit chatting with me. My name is Amanda. I live in Queens, New York with my partner and my 2-year-old daughter. One more month and I will have my son. Yes, so I am due in June and I cannot wait because then I am done. One, then two, then no more. Okay, I promise you. So, the last um, video that I posted, I noticed is going on about 3 weeks, and I'm like, what happened? I'll tell you what happened. I got into nesting mode, so I been, and I'm still working on it, rearranging, things and getting prepared for baby, making sure that the crib is set up, the all of the nuances of bringing newborn home. So I definitely am in nesting mode, and I have been in nesting mode for quite some time. But it kind of in the last time we or last time, yeah, the last time we spoke, I I was just doing what just figuring things out for like just prepping. Like I was starting to feel overwhelmed and anxious and stuff like that because I felt like I wasn't really doing much to prepare, and there were things that that I needed to get for him to feel like I have. So anyway, so that is what kept me from recording, because by the time that I had the time to record, I didn't have the energy, completely exhausted. So I so what I did was I not what I did, but what I felt was I needed to record today. Iris is napping, my daughter's name. She's napping, so I'm happy about that because she usually doesn't nap for me during the work week. I'm considering this my lunch break, and so I don't have that much time. And I got some things that I want to share or to talk about, and I just need to let it out, and it has to do with cross stitching. So I'm gonna talk. Well, here's the deal. I wrote down, like, I noticed that people have mentioned in their floss tubes or just YouTubes in general, podcast YouTube things that I've seen, that they have notes that they go off of. So I figured, why should I ramble, right? It may not be something that everybody wants. Why should I ramble? I should just have like a flow, right? And it may be a little bit easier and stuff. So I wrote down what I wanted, in terms of things that I wanted to talk about and touch on. And then I couldn't find that paper. So then and this was like trying within the last 2 weeks or whatever to try and do a video. I was like, you know what, let me take notes and maybe it'll help me flow better. So then I wrote a whole bunch of stuff down. Can't find the paper. So last night, was it last night or the night before last? The night before last, I sat down and I was crocheting. I was crocheting, but when I was cross stitching, I said, let me write down my thoughts as I'm cross stitching. So I had paper on the side, writing down the thoughts that I had that came up for the particular piece, which I'm going to talk about today. And guess what? Can't find the paper. So I don't think notes is in my future or in my destiny to have. I will try them again, but because I'm doing this so impromptu and not really impromptu, but impromptu, I'm not gonna worry about the notes. With all of that being said, let me just jump right into the updates that I have with my cross stitching and explain to you what is what and my thoughts. So where is it? Okay. So I'm gonna do, oops, you could see this. All right. So, here's my travel bag. I'm gonna update you with the sun and the moon. Yes, yes. If it's in here, cause it's not. This is the wrong one. It's the wrong one. Hold on, I'll be back. I'm back. My travel bag. So I have, these are my travel bags. They're small. I don't even know where my partner got them, but I have my travel bag, and this is when I'm on the train and stuff, because oftentimes when I found myself, the weather is beautiful today. It's 85 in New York City. But when I find myself traveling, for the majority of the time, like since I'm working from home, I don't get out as much. But when I do and I have to go to doctor appointments, it typically rains. I don't know why. And so I put, I put my thing in here, and then I put it in another bag, and then when I'm on the train, I, yeah, I take it out and I do it. So now this is the only one that I feel like I'm all over the place because I can't find the other. Oh, here it is. Okay, never mind. I'm talking out my butt. So, the sun and the moon. When I had last talked to you guys, I said that I wanted to try and focus on finishing the circle, the face, and I still have a ways to go, but I did a whole bunch. So here I have to do this, and again I got this on Amazon, but here I have to finish here. Then I have to finish the outline of the lips, I think, on here, and then just this, and then the side here. And then I'm done with like the inside of the circle, and then I'll just start building out from there. So I did, for the most part, I did do the circle. I did do the face, and I'm loving it. I love it, love it, love it, love it. Okay, so what are the things that I wanted to say about traveling and cross-stitching? For the stamped cross-stitching, I feel like it is a great thing because you're not having to sit there and count and maybe miss your stop or not really pay attention to where you're going. So I was sitting down on the train heading to my doctor's appointment, and I basically was like just thinking like, wow, okay, I like this. I like not having, and this is all like just talking, thinking to myself, I like not having to count or constantly look at a pattern, right? Or having the need to look at a pattern to figure out where I am, because the pattern is on here. So I'm good with just following the colors. And usually what I do is, and I think I mentioned this before, usually what I do is I take the colors that I think that I want to focus on, and before I leave, I do, I guess you would call it the parking method. But yeah, so I set it up. So here's the thread, right? Here's the black. Here's some thread here. See it? Here's one. Here's two. Like I look at areas that I want to focus on, and then I put like one or two things of thread there so that I'm setting myself up so that all I have to do is just cross stitch, which I love. I really enjoy it. It makes my ride go fast, and sometimes I'm upset that I got to get off of the train because I want to just finish that one part. And I don't know if I showed you my other heart that I had purchased, because remember I said I purchased 3. I love it. I love it. And again, I use the back. I use the back to hold the needle. There wasn't really much on this one that I wanted to say, other than I think that I should be done with this. I don't know, but I feel like I should be done with this soon. and then comes the learning part where I learn how to, the instructions say it like wash it or soak it or whatever, so that the background um goes away, like the grading and stuff goes away. So that's that for stamp one cross stitch. So I did do the circle as I said. I did it. Yay. And put it back. That's one. Maybe I will make project bags. Yeah, but look, this is what I have on hand. This is what works. Keeps my oh, one of the things that I did want to say, oh, I'm sorry, I'm doing this again. So I left it out on purpose from the ring. I was using the hoop. So I left it out on purpose to see if it would kind of like go away, the lining, and for the most part it did. So now I know, like, when I'm not working, or when I plan to not work on it as often as I want to take it off the hoop. All right, so for my second one, my Milky Way, I'm doing all the things today, honey. I'm doing all the things. See? Oops. This is loose thread, honey. All right, so here it is. So I took it off the hoop, and maybe I should just get one so that you guys can see where I currently am with this and where I said I was gonna be. As I had said, that I really didn't do, like, I was in nesting mode. So I feel like I didn't get a lot done. But what I said the last time was that I was going to focus in the area that I had the hoop. Oh, look, you can see the ring. But I'll use this as reference, that I had this hoop in, this pattern in. So I was supposed to do all of this, and I didn't. Obviously, you can see. Did I get some stuff done? Yes. I'm not mad at it. I really am not mad at it, and I'm loving, like, it's I guess because it's all the black that I'm just like that I need. But then I'm like, some of the colors are, and I'm all over the place. So typically what I do is I work on this after 12 o'clock in the morning. I'm up, I can't go to sleep. I'm listening to either Audible, or I'm listening to something on YouTube. And so at that time is dark. The lights suck. Even if I have this thing here. It's my partner's. It's for his painting, when he, his painting miniatures and things like that. And so I try to use it. But lately, I guess because I've been on the computer so much, and just like a whole bunch of just lights in my eyes, my eyes really tire out, and they start to hurt me when there's too much light on. So trying to work on this at 1 o'clock in the morning, while I want to do it, but my eyes are like, so I try to figure out the best way I can to change the lighting so that it's like hitting this, but not really, I don't know how to explain it. I'm not really getting the reflection of the light or whatever. So, but I say all of that to say, I'm I want to set myself a goal to have at least here down, all of it. That's my goal for this. And to do it within the time frame of maybe a month and a half. So with that goal in mind for this particular, I don't have a goal for the sun and the moon because honestly, like I have until August to really get that done. I wanted it to be done for Father's Day because it's supposed to be for my partner. And my due date is the week, actually a couple of days before Father's Day. And I I didn't plan very well to get this done by Father's Day. I thought it was gonna be like 1, 2, 3, like and it just didn't turn out that way. So my new goal is just to have this done before the ending of June, basically, or close to it. To support that goal, I'm thinking, I don't know, I think I'm gonna do just all one color. So I'm thinking I'm gonna do all the black first. Like I don't know, because the black, I was thinking the blacks because, okay, so the green is where the, is for the black. So I'm thinking the black because it's the majority of the pattern, the cross stitch. And that's why I was thinking, maybe I'll try doing all the black. And then I was thinking maybe I should leave all the black for last and do all the other, not, ones that are not so bulked up together. But I think I'm going to do all the black. So let's see how that goes. I'll let you guys know if I decided or if I change my mind. But I might do, because I've seen on the Facebook pages and stuff like that, and some YouTube channels that people go by like either the numbers, they finish one number first and then they move on to the second one or what have you, or they do the colors. So I'm going to see which one I feel is faster for me. The reason why I kind of like hold up, I don't know if I want to do it this way, is because I feel like you see how I have these like pockets where they're not filled in. You could clearly see that they're not filled in. That kind of bothers me because I feel like if I worked in this section, I should be finishing this up. I should just finish it up and then move on. So I don't know. I'm going to try it out. The other thing is that this, again, I have my needle on the side. Oh, no, where's the needle? I thought I put it in the back. So, the other thing is that these, I don't know, I don't remember what count this is, the HAED. I think this is 14. Yeah. Yeah, 14. So I'm supposed to use 2 threads. All right, so with that being said, so the holes are small, which means that the needle is small, which means that I'm taking a lot more time in threading the needle, not because I have nails on, but because I'm not used to threading this. So I use this to thread. And I'm noticing that it twists or whatever. I'm hoping that it doesn't break because it's the only one that I found in my house. And I don't even know what this is called. Threader? Support threader? I don't know. So because of that, because the holes are small, I feel like I'm being more cautious. Because I don't want to pull too tight and then it kind of like tug on the fabric. And then if I don't pull too tight, I don't know if you can see that. I took a picture and I'm gonna show it. I'm gonna share it. But Do you see how you can kind of see like the yellowish or the greenish background all across? I feel like that's happening because I don't know. I don't feel like it should be happening. So while I'm cross stitching, I'm seeing all of the colors from the back shining through, and I don't know how that's going to play a role towards the ending product. Like, are you going to see the hole? Like, are you going to see holes in the back when there's no color? And if so, then that bothers me. I don't know how I feel about that, and I don't know what to do in order to like not make that happen. So I have to figure that out. All right. So I think that was it that I wanted to say about this. And this pattern is by Joy Sunday. Okay. I think I'm going to get another one of her patterns because I like this. So it's by Joy Sunday cross stitch. Is stamped, and I'm really enjoying myself. I'm learning a lot by doing the stamped cross stitching. And yeah, so hopefully, so my goal for this, for the next week time we meet, it should be the same. It should be just finish this, circle. Finish this circle. And if at all possible, move down to this line here. So this is folded up. Yeah, so this would be my goal, the midway point in, in this section of the circle. Because I don't know if I'm going to be able to finish this, finish this big thing here. But it can be manageable if I go straight down. So that is my goal for this one. I think I will make project bags for my pattern. Okay. An update on my dimensions project. First of all, what the fuck? To wet my throat. Okay. Before I show you, I'm going to say that I didn't cut out and carve out enough time to really work on the pattern itself. And I'm just going to start this little section of update on the dimensions to say that the first day of working on it, which was shortly after I finished recording, I tried to put it in the hoop. I have several hoops, as from what I had purchased or whatever, and I tried to put it in like different hoops, and it just wasn't working for me, and I was cursing up a storm. Like, so the 20 the cursing and stuff like that, it was, forget it. I wasn't gonna sit there and count because I was just like, why isn't this working for me? And so I started to work on the dimensions without the fabric being taut. So that was just the beginning. That was just trying to set up the material. Okay? Then I was like, all right, what am I doing? I looked on YouTube and stuff like that for like people who were doing dimensions just to get an idea of like what to do and stuff. And there was this one lady, I can't even remember her name, that I came across, and she basically was like, hoops are no good for dimensions because of the fabric or whatever. I don't know. So after I fought with trying to put the damn hoop on, I was like, oh, forget it. Now you tell me? Now you tell me? It was my own damn fault. Then I went ahead, and I know I really shouldn't be showing you this. I'm going to do it quick. I taped the pattern. I taped it all up. Okay, this again is setting myself up to work on the counter cross stitch. I'm going to challenge myself, so I'm challenging myself. So I was like, okay, I'm all set up. I went ahead and I refolded the fabric to get to the middle, and I was like, all right, cool. I am on my way. So what wound up happening is that it was smooth sailing. I'm going to tell you. So I'm going to back up. I'm going to back up. So here it is. Dimensions is called the Twilight Silhouette Counted Cross Stitch Kit. And it is a 14 count Aida. And so I am going to be documenting my progress as it pertains to this because of another project that I want to get on the way, but I want to kind of get more familiar and comfortable, or comfortable, depending on who you talk to, with doing counted cross stitch. So there's that, right? Okay, cool. So I put this together. I was like, first of all, I backtracked. I didn't want to do it. I was like, forget it. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm going to just put this away, and I'm not going to mess with it. I just can't. I don't know what I'm doing, and I don't want to mess anything up. This setup and the way that the counted cross stitch is completely different. When I tell you, completely different than than the stamp cross stitch. And why I say that, hold on, something dropped. And why I say that is because, like, I feel like I can't put this down. If I work on it, I gotta work on it through and through because I lose my space. I don't know how to keep track of. This is as I'm going through and doing the stitching. I don't know how to keep track of where I am because all I have a fan blowing, so everything is just like falling off of my table here. Because what I have is this, and this is the only thing that I have. So I'm going off of this. I need to flip it back so that I could figure out where the hell this is. I don't, like, why couldn't this be? And this is me just like being all like extra because that's just sometimes how I do. I am extra. I feel like this, it tells you the colors and everything like that and the numbers and all of that good stuff is basically, behind the pattern. And in my head, I'm like, why can't this be a separate, why can't the colors and stuff, the color chart and everything, the key, be a separate document? Like, why do we have to have it in the back of the picture? Because I'm flipping and going back and flipping and not knowing what the hell. Okay, right? So you hear me, right? I'm getting worked up. So then the next thing is, this is again my first one really trying to get at. I'm looking at the coordinations or whatever. I'm looking at it, and then it says on the side cross stitch, half cross stitch, and I'm like, okay, cross stitch, half cross stitch, two what? Because it has like in 2 in parentheses, 4 in parentheses, 5 in parentheses, right? And I'm like, what is that? Why are we doing this? What's the 2? So on that little line there, it says strands. So I'm like, strands? Oh, it's the threads, the amount of threads that they want. So I didn't do that. So why didn't I do that? Because I was listening to this lady and she said, I don't usually go off of the thread amount, the thread amount that the pattern calls for. I'm usually good with 2 on this type of Aida count. So I'm like, oh, I'm going to try 2 because I'm used to 2. So I'm like, I'm going to try 2. So I'm trying 2. And there's one that I'm doing 3. And I actually like the 3 count. Although some of these say like 2 or 4 or whatever, I actually like the 3 count. But I might just stick with the 2 count only because I'm afraid that I'm going to run out of my project bag. I'm afraid that I'm going to run out of thread. Although they gave me extra because I've been messing up so much. Well, not like so much, but I know that I'm going to be messing up a shit ton. Like, it's not even a joke. I really played myself when I was like, oh, I'm only 20 mistakes. Nah, all happy-go-lucky. And I know that you guys were sitting back, drinking your tea, your coffee, or whatever. Like, look at this chick. She's such a dreamer. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Anyway, so I think I'm going to try and just do the 2 so that I can just keep threads in the event that I need extra. The other thing is that this is not DMC thread. The numbers to this and stuff like that is not, and it says on here, like, to order more, you have to go to dimensions. So here's my question. Number 1, do you substitute? And how do you make that substitution? Do you just do it by color? It doesn't matter. And then number 2 is, no, that was it. That was my questions for that. I was just having all the luck. So with this, I figured out how to take the threads out, obviously. I figured out how to take the threads out. I am not thrilled. I have had I think the majority of my cursing came from trying to take more than one thread out at a time and it bunching up and breaking and doing all of the things. And I was so upset. I was like, what the? And how do you? So I want to take all of them out and wrap them and stuff. But then I just, like, I don't want to get myself confused. So I'm leaving it here. Not happy about it. I was thinking about, because I had to take all of these out. So I was thinking about doing this and wrapping them around and around, but I'm afraid of losing thread. So I'm just leaving it here for now. Okay, I haven't even showed you what I did because this is the biggest mistake that I have ever made. The biggest mistake. I did, and I'm going to show you a picture of what I've done. Here's the needle. Ready? Ta-da! You see all, okay, first of all, step 1. Do you see all the rings around? I wasn't playing when I told you. I tried to do the hoop. I just put this hoop on the day before yesterday. This is the biggest hoop that I have, and it was a hassle to get this hoop onto this fabric. So it had me thinking about, I've been hearing a lot about the Q snaps. But I don't want to, like, I have this, I should try and make it work for myself, which is what I've been trying to do. So the other day, I was like, let me try the big one, and I sat here and I fought with it to get it this way. All right. So here is what I've done. Yay for me. I did it. I don't know if you can tell. I'm taking it out. We surpassed the cursing already, right? And well, I didn't make as many mistakes, right? As I was doing this, I don't feel like I made as many mistakes. Like, a lot of my mistakes or errors were in the setup of. A lot of my errors were in, like, for instance, I was using pencil on here to mark where I am. And so when I stopped working on it, I got lost. So I would have to come back and count all of this to figure out where I was for that particular thread. Remember I had told you, so I don't know. So one of the thoughts that I was having with this is, how do you track? How do you keep track? A lot of you people are using something online, but I don't have the necessary funds or means to do that. To get a program, or I don't even know. So I'm just trying to figure out how to keep track with this. I finally figured out my beautiful printer over here. So the day before yesterday, I went ahead and I just made a copy of where I'm currently working on, right? Okay, fine, yep. Highlighting, I'm marking in pencil first, and then I'm highlighting it when I know that I'm done. Okay, fine. So now, I'm sitting here, I'm watching Jodi Arias' trial. I know that it's 8 years later, but is it 8 years? Something like that. But I feel like that's what I'm into right now, and I have so much to say about that. So if you want me to go ahead and do a little ramble on that Jodi Arias trial and stuff like that, definitely leave a comment in the description. Leave a comment below, and I will do a little rant the next time I come on, because I have so much to say about this chick. It's not even funny. That I was even talking to my partner about it, and he don't like the true crime stuff, and he was sitting there like, what the hell? So anyway, let me know if you want to know a little bit about that, my thoughts and stuff about that. Anyway, so I started it complete different than the stamp cross stitch. I feel like I was just unprepared I was unprepared to get to this level. I was completely unprepared to get to this level. But I said I was going to challenge myself, and so as I did. The other day, as I was working on it, I'm starting and I'm working through it and everything like that. I figured it out. I counted and stuff, all of the good things. Remember I told you that my lighting wasn't so good? So I finally was able to set up the lighting situation at night where I could really see the colors, because there are three different colors on here. So I was finally, and two of them are really close. So if the lighting isn't really good, you can't make out the colors. So I'm rechecking to see where I am according to this. And I noticed that I've made big mistake over here. Big mistake over here. Basically, it's all off. That's the bottom line. So basically what I have to do, so that I don't go into all of this rant and rave, because I'm getting upset right now. I'm sad. It seems like, and I'm going to recount this and recheck this out to see if I don't necessarily need to do this. But I'm going to have to unthread the whole thing. Why? I'm going to have to unthread the whole thing. You know what? To be fair, I don't even know if this is the middle. I have no idea if this is the middle. So I'm over here. I'm like, I got this. I don't got shit. Yeah, so while I didn't make like little mistake here, little mistake there, I make whole big mistake, start from scratch, rewind, and I'm just like, I love the challenge. But I need to know how to keep track. I need to know how I'm keeping track of this thing. Like first of all, I just have so many questions. So I'm gonna redo this. And one of the things that I was thinking to myself is that maybe to help me with, oh, and by the way, I did start in the middle. I don't know if you caught that. I didn't start on the edge like I said that I was, and I'm happy that I didn't, because I am flipping the F out. Anyway, but one of the things that I'm thinking about doing, where I'm not going to do with my stamped cross stitching, because I just feel like I'll just go by the colors that are there. But I think that I am, for this, I think I am going to stick to, like the one color, and do the one color. Now, I know that it's going to take time, because I have to count and, you know, make sure that I'm doing, you know, that I'm actually doing placing them where they're supposed to be. But I just feel like it's either that, or do like the two colors that are populated the most together and get a section done. Because this is not gridded, you know, this isn't gridded. This is not going to, you know, this is not showing me where, you know, what, you know, whereas the pattern is gridded, this isn't gridded. And so I think that, because I really do, I have to take all of this out. I have my seam ripper. I'm so happy that I sew. I have my seam ripper over there, but I'm hoping, because I didn't do so much and the back is not that bad, please don't come for me, because I am just trying to figure a life out, okay? That I can save a lot of this thread and reuse it. So that's why I wanted to know about about the substitution in threads, because I think that I'm gonna be I think I'm gonna butcher this one. And so with that being said, I want to work on this again. I do want to work on this and kind of like do my fixation and just work on this alone. But we'll see what happens. So with that being said, I'll be back. Okay, I had to check on baby girl. So with that being said, I wanted to show you that I was able to print it out. My HAED, my Heaven and Earth Designs. The name of this is, and I'm a butcher this. Mini Melita. Mini Melita. Okay. So I finally printed it out. And I'm little by little working on getting the things that I need for it. So again, this was a birthday present that I actually paid for and I got reimbursed for. So let me just, all right, let me not stop. Let me stop throwing that shit. But anyway, so I got it. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. I got my first HAED and I can't wait. This is not a design by Jasmine Beckham. I'm doing her designs, but this just drew me. This just drew me in, and I said I need to do this one. But I'm not, honey. I haven't even touched the dimensions kit. Okay, I am not ready for little Miss Minnie. I'm gonna call her something else. Melita. I like that name though. Anyway, so I'm not ready for her. I'm not ready for her, and she knows it, and she knows it. However, it's not stopping me from getting, and I guess it gives me time to get the things that I need. So I purchased the fabric for it, and this is a 19 by 28, 18 count. These holes look small fabric. So I need to figure out what needle size I need for this, because I just don't know. And I got this, I think I ordered this on Amazon. So I did like a little bit of math. They say to do like the width and height by the count. By the fabric count that you want. So I wanted the 18 count because it like 25 count was suggested and then an 18 count was suggested. So I figured, let me try the 18 count. It seems like then, as you know, the higher your numbers go, the smaller the holes are, and I'm just not ready for all of that. So I got the fabric, and then, excuse me for scratching my nose. And then I started to get my threads. I purchased this directly from DMC, honey. That's all I'm gonna say. I didn't finish. I'm still waiting. So what I did was I'm purchasing the threads, basically like one page at a time. So all of the threads are purchased here. And so I have this much to get for my threads, and then I'm ready. And I think I'm gonna purchase them later on this week. But as I had stated, I am not ready for her. I am not ready for her. Like, I feel like I am, and then I don't, because a lot of the YouTubers or the floss tubers that I've seen, they usually like talk about starting on the edge. And even in this, you know, when you're reading directions for the heaven and earth design patterns, it does talk to you about starting in the top left corner of the first page. So I'm like, okay, well, maybe I'll just do that then. But like I said, I am definitely intimidated by Miss, because I can't even do the fairies. I am not going to be dissuaded though, because I want to see this. I need to see this. So this, I believe, I think that it's safe to say that this is going to be my year-long project. We are in May, the mid-May. I'll let you know a start date for her, and then we shall see. But I think I'm gonna put it out there and just basically say this is gonna be something that I start, possibly not finish within a year, but that I start and get a lot completed. My first one. My year-long project. Miss Mama over here. Oh my gosh, she's so beautiful, isn't she? Oh my God, I really can't wait. But I want to do the silhouette, the Twilight silhouette, and finish that. So yeah, so that's all I had. I mean, I have so much more to say, but my time for lunch is running out, and I kind of want the quiet right now. But so that's all I have for now. I may have an impromptu kind of like, I just want to stitch and talk to people and then post it. I'm not too sure yet, but that's kind of the way my vibe is feeling for this stuff. Anyway, but thank you. I hope all who are mothers had a wonderful Mother's Day weekend. I hope that you all have a beautiful week, beautiful weekend, and that you are living life and loving it to the fullest. Bye.